You know, a psychic told me that I will be back. And people, I am back. Now, we're going to be talking about the existence of psychics, truth or myth. Now, I'm not here to tell you guys to make you think one way if psychics are real or not. We've all of us, every single one of us has been surrounded by mediums and psychics. Does it mean they're real? I don't know. That's what's special about today's show is we're going to have the discussion on how do we feel about psychics and mediums? Do we believe there are gifts? And if there is so, why? Or you don't believe in it at all? This is today's perfect show. Now, I forgot to pull it up real quick. I'm going to pull it up something real quick. If you haven't seen it yet, I put up a poll. And I'm going to put the poll right now in the chat. In the chat right now. Okay. So a poll is up. It's a basic, simple poll. It's basically saying, is it true or false that psychics exist? True is yes. False is no. And the third choice is I don't know. And that's fine. I'm looking at the poll right now. There's only 8 votes, but put your vote in. Because I like to know what do people think. And it makes sense in our community that 63% believe that is true. 0% believe it's false. I mean, if you're in this community, you're even talking about it, I don't think you're going to say it's false. Because if you think it's false, honestly, why are you here, right? Now, 38%, I don't know. And that's a fantastic answer. That is a fantastic answer because in a lot of ways, I kind of fall in that category too. I don't know. And then I'll explain why. I got a few videos to show. We're going to have a good time. So my intro today is actually, it's a 1 minute video. Do psychics all see the same future? I thought this 1 minute video is kind of perfect for an intro to kind of get the ball rolling. And I'm glad you guys are here. I don't know who's all here, but 9 a.m. right now, Pacific time is the time I'm going back to. I love 9 a.m. So hopefully this time change again doesn't change anything, but baby, I'm back. So let me get this intro up and we'll talk about it.
Have you ever noticed how many psychic storefronts there are in Manhattan? I wondered what would happen if I got my palms read at all of them. Do you think they would say the same exact thing?
Comedian Tyler Fisher and Elite Daily wanted to take an inside look at psychics, so Tyler visited many of the storefronts you see every day to check out if their predictions would all be the same.
Tyler, I see a long life, Tyler.
Tyler, I see a long life.
Tyler, by your palm it says a very long, healthy life.
How long will I live?
You have a long life ahead of you.
When he asked specifically when he'll get married or have kids, their predictions were all over the place.
I would say maybe no later than 2 years.
Yeah,
At least
when?
3 years.
Major commitment's about 1.5 years away. Maybe a child, but not marriage. You're not the marrying kind.
All
I'm
right.
going to be the father of 2 children.
He's going to be a father of 3.
Kids, 2 boys. I see 2 boys and a girl.
Your dad showed 2 children in the future.
I'll adopt 2 kids.
We think this social experiment is very interesting.
Is someone recording this right now? Is this being recorded? Like I keep picking up like Sprinkle-tea.
Don't forget to watch Inside Edition.
That's the video of using different people. Hold on a second. There's a let me see here. Eric, Andy said, read your WhatsApp. I can't read my WhatsApp at the moment because I'm using my phone as the camera. So my WhatsApp is on that camera. So I'll read it after the show because I'm using my camera for the show. I use my Apple camera because it works better than the regular cameras. Now, what's interesting is they all had different answers. Now, we all know in the world of psychics, not everybody's true. Now, first of all, you have to believe that psychics even exist. And if you do believe they exist, you also have to recognize that 90%, 95% of all people who make claims as psychics are fake. They're just fake. You know, I was talking to somebody the other day, you know, and we're talking about growing up, you know, 80s and 90s. Now, what we're talking about is I understand we didn't have the social media as we have now. But there were TV shows, there were stuff, and we remember that paranormal groups, you know, back then, 80s, 90s, and probably the early 2000s, not every group, you know, had people that claimed to be mediums. There might have been one or two, you know, like Ed and Lorraine Warren, you know, that type of deal, you know, a medium, a psychic, but not everybody have psychics. But now, yes, Danny, this is live. This is live, Danny. Look. If this wasn't live, I wouldn't be able to do this. Going back to 9 a.m. show. So I am here and I do see everybody here. But now, TV shows, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you get your information, whatever you get your source, almost every single paranormal group now all has somebody who's a medium. It's everybody has a medium now. I mean, it's like somehow during the time mediums didn't grow on tree, right? Now it seems like it grows on trees. Now, I'm not saying that every person claiming to be a medium is fake. What I'm just saying is it's almost like you can find a medium on every block, a psychic on every block. I mean, it's really exploded where at one time, few people had gifts. Now everybody has gifts. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it because now there are cameras? Maybe that many psychics were always there.
Sorry about that. I think my wire on my mic is getting messed up. Like you know, sometimes you know how you got to replace a wire. So, oh, hold on a second. Let me go back to.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Seems like now when I touch this wire, unless a psychic's doing this, unless a medium is messing up with my mic, because is it because there's more ways to show that there's this many? Your volume isn't insane high. Is it really? Is it really? I mean, I've been out of the loop for a while. I mean, it's automatic adjust mic volume. So normal again? Okay. Again, I think I touched the wire and I switched off to this mic, to the computer mic. So and all that. So again, now one of the first real, I don't want to say real. What I want to say for television, you guys all remember the Long Island psychic. I forgot what her name is. What her
1, 2, 3. Hold on.
1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. I think there's something wrong with this wire. Every time I put my hands down here, it's going off. Maybe I'm a psychic. Maybe I'm causing some issue. So I won't touch this area. I won't touch this area. I won't touch it. But back to normal. I know. It's this wire. I might have to replace the wire, but I'll do it after the show. I don't want to do it right now. But I want to show this video of this Long Island. Hello. All right, it's this wire. It's damn. I hate that. You come back and somehow your wire is messed up. Fuck, I hate that. But here, let's watch this video of this Long Island lady.
Long Island medium star Teresa Caputo claims that she can talk to dead.
Now I know all of you have seen her. I know all of you seen her one time on TV or not. And of course, the question is, I know a lot of people think she's 100% real. I know a lot of people who think that. Mostly older people do. But I'm just telling you, I'm just being honest as it is. Older people believe that she's real versus younger people.
Dead people. She's not the first person to make this claim, but we don't need to talk to the spirits to know that she's a fake. Here's how we know. Old tricks. If someone approached you on the street and pulled a coin from behind your ear, you wouldn't be amazed. You'd understand it's just a cool trick. Caputo is basically pulling emotional coins from behind people's mourning hearts. Skeptics believe that Caputo uses old-school psychic techniques. These include cold reading, analyzing a subject's physical presence to make an informed guess about them, and shotgunning, asking a large audience a vague question and waiting for a response.
You know, that's one of the easiest tricks that a psychic uses, right? When you have a large group. Because what they'll do is they'll kick back, they'll sit back, and they will say something, whatever, I don't know, a ghost with a missing arm, missing leg. And since you have a group, somebody's going to have something about that, right? So they use the big group. They'll use something like somebody in red, where what she's waiting for is a woman like, oh my God, my aunt died in a red dress. Boom, they got you. They got you. I mean, you're going to hear something else in this video that I think you got to be careful when you watch TV shows, TV episodes of these type of people.
Who had the issue with the legs?
She's often wrong. When working with large audiences, there have been times when Caputo has started talking to the wrong person.
I want you guys to know that. So behind the scenes, when they're recording, she gets a lot wrong. But the thing is, they edit that out. So when she finally gets to something that relates to somebody, they edit straight to the good stuff, to the stuff that people are some kind of connection. But all the bad connections, they edit it out. So all you see is positive responses, positive psychic's ability. You don't see the parts that she's completely wrong. You don't see that. You only see the stuff on TV that is the good stuff. I mean, listen, paranormal shows they cut out most of the boring stuff in the hours, and when they hear a little something, that's what they concentrate on, and that's what they stick a little steroids, make something bigger than it's not. And guys, the reason I'm doing this is important, because if you're okay, guys, hold on a second. I'm going to unplug my mic for a second and re-plug it in to see if it's loose. So give me a second. Give me a second. Here, let me unplug this for a second. 1, 2, 3. All right. I unplugged the mic, plugged it back in. Hopefully it's just a loose connection. I don't see the mic going off and on. I apologize about that. I think the psychics are all getting me right now. I'm not Danny, I'm not touching it.
For some reason, the departed don't stop her.
This is where I got confused when I went with the younger male before with the husband.
Okay, you notice how they said that the show people don't stop it? It's because why they're going to stop it. Listen, they know their editors are going to cut out the stuff. That's why a lot of these talk shows aren't technically live. They're pre-recorded so they can zoom it up. So if you're all about the ratings, you don't give a shit about the stuff that's not real. Listen, most of these talk shows, people, they know it's fake. They know it's fake, but they're going to present it to you anyway. So let's hear more of this.
Members of Caputo's live audience have reported that she's missed the mark more during live events than she does on TV. Disenchanted fans have even left heartbreaking messages on Ticketmaster's site after attending Caputo's live shows. I was a Teresa Caputo believer and watched every one of her shows. My young daughter died this summer and I needed to believe in something. After tonight, I am no longer a believer.
And that's kind of sad. If you seriously think about it, it's kind of sad, right? Nobody wants to lose a child. That is horrible. That is something that's unbearable. And I hopefully nobody in the chat right now had that happen to them. And you know, you're always looking for answers why. And it sucks and it's sad that you spend money on a show and stuff, and you know, when they're doing it live, they don't like TV, they could cut, pause, they edit it. You can't edit a live show. So yes, you're going to hear more complaints live because they can't edit that part out. Now, of course, if they put it on YouTube and stuff, they're going to probably edit some things out. But think about you lose someone. Now, first of all, I really don't understand if you're looking for answers, you're going to go to a live show. Where that many people, so the chances of that the Long Island even gonna pick on you is slim. Is slim. So it's sad that unfortunately this stuff happens, and I hate it when it happens to good people who lost people in their life.
Some participants are so amazed by what Caputo gets right that they don't notice how much she gets wrong. The correct guesses are simply.
You know why? Hold on a second. You know why? If you're at somewhere, right? You're at an event. You kind of don't care what's going on during the event in a smaller way. So if fake things are kind of happening, you kind of don't care. But as soon as that person selects you somehow, all of a sudden, you forget about all the fake stuff they were doing, all the clues that this ain't real. Once they pick on you, that's out the window because you think it's talking for real. It's and I've heard this, and I heard this, that the good ones, the good fakers, the fantastic fakers, they look in the crowd and look it up all you want. They'll look for someone who maybe doesn't look like they're having a good time. And what they'll do is they'll select that person somehow to raise that person a enthuse. So it makes the show better. So the people who are thinking that it's fake and you pick on them, you kind of change their mind. You know what I mean? So the good ones do look in the crowd. And they try to find the ones who are maybe non-believers. So if they could get you to switch over, everybody else is going to fall in line. So.
More memorable than the incorrect ones.
Did she have an issue with her legs prior to her passing?
No.
Nothing is negative. Caputo defends herself by saying that she makes people feel better, which is true. Her shows are full of heartwarming moments, but that's exactly why it's clear the show is fake. The living and the dead never exchange any harsh sentiments. Even if there were problems, the spirits are always forgiving.
What spirit will do, like they'll bring up things.
I know, right? Come on. Come on. Listen, I'm sure there's people who, sadly, they pass away, that there are good people, even in the afterlife. But no offense. Danny, back me up on this. Danny Stanton, back me on this. If you're probably an asshole in real life, you're probably going to be an asshole in the afterlife. And I'm sure that asshole, being a ghost, ain't going to, like, all of a sudden see the light and says, I need to change my ways. Once an asshole, always an asshole. I'm sorry. That is just true. Now, there are rare people that do see the light and they change their ways. But I'm sure if you died as an asshole, you're probably going to be an asshole in the afterlife. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you're going to be an asshole. Now, maybe it's different. If you go to heaven, maybe automatically you're good and love. I don't know. Don't know. But I'm sure an asshole's an asshole.
That happened years ago, you know, to remind you of the happy times.
Maybe dying gives souls a sunnier perspective, but that doesn't just erase every problem. Caputo says she asks her spirit guides to share only good things, unless a negative memory can lead to a positive breakthrough. Nothing new. Caputo's conversations with the dead never bring up anything new, but in real life, people keep secrets. Are there no spirits who want to unburden their souls, or at least brag about never getting caught? Maybe Caputo has asked her spirit guides to only transmit shared memories, but
I love that. I love that. Hey, Afterlife Ghost, when you come to me, only share the good stuff, right? We can't give clues to the people with a combination to their locks that they, when they died, or maybe the husband wants to look at your phone. You pass away, and I'm sure the ghost says, I'm not going to give that person my passcode because he'll know that I'm cheating on him. I'm just joking. I'm maybe I'm not.
others suggest those guides are actually the show's staff. Skeptics also think that Caputo's assistants may also run background checks based on ticketing information.
You know what? And that's the part that that's interesting. Like I don't know how shows work. I don't know how shows work when they bring guests on. I don't know. But I wonder if you're bringing on a person like the Long Island, whatever the fuck her name is, right? It's whatever she is. I wonder if they do backgrounds, people coming in, or do they do surveys? Maybe the company send you a survey before you go to the show to kind of give a backstory of you, because I'm sure you give, I don't know how many people they could fit into an auditorium, an auditorium for a live show. But even if you get like 20, 30 people out of 500 people to fill out a survey, well, you'll probably only need 3 or 4 of them to do the show on. So I can see where a background is being done on people. You don't need everybody to do the survey. You just need a few.
Or even eavesdrop on audience members. This would be enough for a cursory investigation. Other clients say they've been interviewed by Caputo's staff before meetings and that camera crews tour the house in advance.
You hear that? So her team, for the TV show or whatever she's doing, they're already interviewing you. So you're kind of already know maybe how they think. You know what I mean? Like you hear shows or whatever, like you watch TVs or movies, like to destroy people from within, you got to know them. What do they like? What do they eat? What are their shows? Right? Because once you find out like what's their favorite band, favorite type of music, then you loop in. That's like your like if you know somebody's favorite genre in music, you start talking to them in their own genre, you got them. You got them. And they're going to believe whatever shit you come out. What's this say? Survey says total BS show 90%. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes they even stage the house before filming. Caputo.
I like this. Yeah. Freaky Geek. Yes. See, I said people ask questions before the show. Yep. Yep. The scariest thing about the show is the Long Island Lush still is wearing that MTV 80s hair. Yeah. That's a trademark. You know what I mean? You know, it's the trademark. Kind of like, you know, every time you see Bret Michaels, right? He's always wearing that bandana around his head. It's the trademark. They never get rid of it, even though that's a stupid, ugly hairdo. No offense. No offense. Don't. I'm probably going to be attacked by 1,000 women outside. That man is saying negative because she's a woman. No, she's got a fucking ugly hairdo. Plain and simple. It is. Huh. You sure it's not a wig? Yeah, it probably is a wig.
Doesn't care if you don't believe her.
I don't believe being a medium that my job is to prove anything to anybody.
Oh, hold on. It's fucking common sense. Listen. I don't need to convince 100% of all people to believe what I believe. Like she's in it for the money, right? We all know that she's there to make money. She only needs 1 or 2% of the population, and she's set for life. So no shit. You don't care what other people believe. You only need a small percentage of people, and that's it. Now, her percentage of people compared to my percentage of people is a lot greater, right? Until the Learning Channel, whatever, TLC, whatever, they get off their fucking ass and get a real person on. But that's just the way it is, right? Now, I'm going to play you guys another video. Now, this video is how to tell if a psychic reader is real or fake, right? So, this next video is, now, I think we maybe all of us might say that we believe that there are probably some real psychics out there, but how do you know, right? How do you truly know if somebody's real or not? So let's listen to this guy that I'm going to pop up and see if he's got any good ideas, if how to spot a fraud before they take all your money.
Is a very easy way that you can tell whether or not a psychic, reader, tarot reader, astrologer, intuitive, whatever, is legit or they may be faking or scamming. For those of you who don't know, my name is Nico, and I have been studying tarot and astrology since the mid-90s, and I have been reading here online for almost 10 years now.
Now, first of all, listen, this guy is doing this to sell a product himself because he said he's doing it, since the 90s. So everything he says here does not mean he is real. See, sometimes when you do a show and you're telling people on how to spot frauds and stuff, sometimes they're the fraud, and by you looks like you're pointing the fingers at other people that you're the good one, you're the good guy. No, it's just an act. So now I'm not saying he has real good ideas, what he's going to say, but all because he's coming out with stuff on why people are real or fake does not make him real. I just want to get that out there.
One of the biggest telltale signs of a fake, especially in the online world and the social media world, is how they do or do not handle their own terminology when it comes to readings. Pay close attention, right? You need to be able to read the room and see what's going on. If a person is using terms like forecast or prediction or horoscope, right? Those terms all mean reading into the future. but you're watching the video or you're listening to the content or you're reading the content, and it seems like all they're doing is they are just talking about the present or telling stories about the past, or it feels like they're trying to just kind of reach in and process what they think their audience may be looking for or going through. You're dealing with somebody who is emotionally fishing.
That makes sense. That makes sense. What does they say? They say things like you haven't a brother, have you? They say yes. He says, oh, I'm getting brother. If you say no, he says, no, that's what I said. Hold on. He says, no, that's what I said. You haven't a brother. Yeah. 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 It's like they know on what to say in the beginning. And even though they're hoping you say, yes, you have a brother, if they don't, they have a way out. The good ones always have a great way out. So even though they're trying to lead you one way and it doesn't work, they know how to weed the way back and start over with something else. We could do a psych test live on stream. Eric holds up cards and the cast guess the number are in the hearts, club, spades, diamond. Yeah. You know, Danielle, I was thinking there is a psychic shop in our town of Des Moines. You guys know the town. You guys saw me in that town that I walked around in. There is, and I think I pointed out to you guys a psychic shop. I'm wondering if they will. They probably want more money. Like if they'll let me go in there live, like record my psychic session live. I'm sure they would for a lot of money. I wonder. Now that's not going to guarantee that we're going to get answers real or fake, but I think it'd be kind of fun in some ways to see, what they think, or maybe I could create some kind of a hidden camera. I don't know, like the star right here, make it where it could film. They don't know. I don't know. Because I'm sure if I secretly film these people, I'm sure they're not watching my channel.
Is this is somebody who is attempting to work with what they might consider market research to see who or what is being drawn to their content and using the keywords that do get attention, like forecast, horoscope, and prediction, to get those people. But they're not offering predictions at all. So if you ever see somebody say they're giving a prediction for a given week or a given month, but it seems like all they're doing is talking about the present or they're emotionally fishing, you've got somebody who's trying to, well, prey on those who might be looking for somebody to externalize that experience onto. And that's not really how readings work. In fact, it's something that I've kind of observed as well, even with certain people online that have been watching. I've noticed certain comments show up on my content and on other readers that I like, where people are attempting to relate and declare accuracy or inaccuracy on videos that are forecasting weeks or...
Actually, no, Danny, it's not a commercial. I don't know where I put it. I actually have Star Trek tarot cards, and I don't know where I put it. I was trying to find it real quick to show you guys. I actually have Star Trek tarot cards, so maybe because it's the Star Trek tarot cards, maybe I'll be able to tell you guys his future. But I just don't know where I put it. I'm gonna put this back on the big screen. I might have put it in this one spot. I don't know. So let me put this on the big screen and I'll try to find it real quick.
Months to come. And I feel like maybe to a certain degree that might have to do with the fact that once a bad, misleading trend catches on and is lifted up by the people who are observing it, right, the audiences that are watching it, sometimes that misunderstanding can catch on. But if these readers are not even using the terms prediction, forecast, horoscope correctly, it's going to be up to you, the audience, to remember the definitions of predictions, forecasts, and horoscope for yourselves so you can better discern until they all go away.
Now, again, all because this guy is talking about how to spot fakes doesn't mean he's real either. There's different levels of greatness. What I mean by greatness is con artists, right? Listen, psychics, in a lot of ways, they're no different than politicians, right? No offense, they're no different than politicians. Politicians tell you what you want to hear, so you think he's the right politician for you. You know what I mean? Politicians are experts on knowing, like if a politician wants to take over or wants like a percentage of a town to vote for him, he finds out what the town needs, how they got hurt. You know, like they lost a factory. Well, we need to bring a factory back. You know, get everybody excited. So, hey, psychics are no different than them. You know, they try to look for your weaknesses. You know, and again, I don't know how every psychic works because I'm sure they're all different. But I think I am going to work on that one in Des Moines. I think that'll be fun. I don't know if I want to sneak a camera in or tell them I'm going to bring a camera, because if I tell them, they're probably going to charge more. You know, whatever. Like, I got to think about that. Now, I got one more video. This video is just a guy having a conversation with Joe Rogan. I thought it was an interesting conversation. So I don't know how you guys feel about Joe Rogan. If you guys like him or not, that's not the point. This guy had this conversation with Joe Rogan. It's like 3 minutes long, but I kind of liked the conversation they were having about psychics. So just, if you don't like Joe Rogan, I apologize. This is about the conversation.
What do we have? We have people like me, we have magicians doing tricks and psychic mediums pretending to connect you with the dead. That's like our tawdry answer to sort of providing a sense of mystery.
They're just hustlers.
It's horrendous. I sat in a studio.
I do like what Joe Rogan really said right there. It's simple. They're hustlers. They're hustlers. And they have to be hustlers, right? If you're making a living off being a psychic, you're going to have to be a hustler, right? Because the only way you're going to get return business is telling them something that they like to hear, that they want to come back for. Now, again, listen, whatever people do with their own money is their own money. If somehow going to a psychic makes them feel better and they're better in the community because of it, go for it, right? As long as they're not robbing you like that much money. Like, hey, listen, I go to the movies to escape the world. If you going to a psychic is for you to escape the world, I just hope they don't rob you to pay that extra $100, $200, $300, thousands. You know, you don't get sucked in where you're losing your paycheck. Yes, that is the recording. So you know what? I think Freaky Geek, my brother, Dr. Wu, actually bought me this watch for my birthday one year that has a hidden camera in it. And I've never really used it. I should test it to see if it's good. I think I could find a way to do a hidden camera. I think there's got to be a way where they don't know it.
Audience once, and watching a psychic. It was one of those TV filmed ones where there's an audience. And it was just like, so before filming starts, he came out and he said, "So is there anybody here that's hoping that someone's going to come through, and all these hands go up, and he just asks people, so what, who are you hoping will come through? Okay, what do they look like? Is there anything, because I'll let you know if they come through, is there anything I can ask? Any bit of information they could give me that nobody could possibly know that will prove to you it's them? Yes, he drowned and he was wearing a red sweater. Okay, well, I'll let you know if he comes through. And then
that's how. No, I don't want to call people stupid because they're being manipulated. Like you just said there, like the guy got manipulated saying that only he will know. Red, boom, they got it in the back. And a lot of times they're recording it too, and the guy's okay. We got one. We gotta go fake whatever. That's a good one. That's a good one.
they start filming, and he just says all those things to them. And I think, but the reason why that stuff is like people do believe it is that the lie is so ugly that it's so much easier to believe something amazing must be going on there than just.
You guys like what he said there? It's so much easier to believe, right? And I think that's one of the most true statements I've really heard. It's easier to believe because if you got people going into this type of show, unless you're a skeptic and you're going there on purpose to be a skeptic, most people are going as a believer. So if you're going in already as a believer, they already got you. They got you.
Is it just that ugly and pathetic a lie? It's such a it was such a horrible experience.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they have had television shows where there was a medium television show where this woman was connecting people with their dead relatives, and it was so fake. They just the questions were shitty. It was so poorly thought out.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a lie. It was a lie by a moron.
Produced,
yeah.
That's a shame. That's the.
Oh.
There was I in one.
Think about that. That really is a shame. I mean, it really is. If you seriously sit there and think about it, people talk about morals. You know, you got to have good morals, right? Good morals is telling the truth, being a good person, loving your neighbors, helping out people when they're in need, right? Playing on somebody's grief of somebody passing away, it kind of just tells you that these people have no moral. I mean, to play, I know they'll say, listen, I know behind the scenes, they convince themselves that it's not a bad moral because they're probably telling themselves, listen, I made that person happy. I made that person cry, yes, but in the end, that person is happy. I released it. But is that right? Is that I mean, I know there's bullshitters. I know there's liars. I know there's all that. But when you're playing with somebody, kind of like, listen, you guys all know a month ago that I have my wife's sister passed away, right? She passed away. And I see how my wife, you know, they were destroyed. You know, this was their younger sister. And I can imagine like my wife and her other sisters like going to a thing like this because they're in that grief, they're in that lower level, whatever you want to call it. It's easier to get you connected, to make you feel good, and like talking about the afterlife, and you're more in line to believe it because you're already in the shits. You know what I mean? You're already down. It's like if you go in the Star Wars theory about the Sith and the Jedi, you know, it's about don't care about your family because they know that if you care about your family, like Anakin, care about his mom, he's in the low level, and it's easy to yank the goodness out of you and put in whatever thoughts they want you to believe in. You know what I mean? So morality, I don't know. I just don't think it's right, in my opinion, what these fake psychics do.
One of my shows, I had I got like 50 people up on stage, had like an audience thing set up on stage, and I was doing mediumship with them, and providing like like very accurate information, but at the same time saying I'm lying to you.
Right.
Your grandmother's telling me, well, she's not telling me anything. I'm making this up. You understand? And then after so it was it was an interesting kind of like space, right? And then afterwards, I think it was the first night of doing the show. I went out the stage door and I was talking to people there, and there was a girl who'd seen the show, and she said, "Will you? I wonder if you could put me in touch with my dead grandmother." And I said, "Oh God, well, I hope you understand from what I've just done that I'm not really doing it. That's kind of the point." She said, "Oh, no, I understand. I know you can't read."
It's kind of sad, right? Dead grandma, and she says she knows the point, but she still wants him to say something. To me, that's sad. That truly is sad.
Yeah, but would you be able to put me in touch
Jesus.
with her? That's amazing capacity for just this kind of dissonance.
Well, that's how cults work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way they can
Exactly.
work. Once you get a hold of the manuscript and you read whatever it was, whether it's Mormonism and Joseph Campbell, the 14-year-old boy who found golden tablets that contained the lost work of Jesus that only he could read with his magic seer stone. If you have any critical thinking left in you at all at that point, you put the book down, you go, what the fuck am I doing with my life? But people don't want that. They want the universe is so open-ended, and the possibility of your existence expiring at any moment and you just vanishing into nothingness, and this consciousness just literally stopping. The lights go black and that's it. It's so terrifying to us that we would prefer some nonsensical, unrealistic version of something, but rigid, so we know how to follow it, and a bunch of other people follow.
I love that conversation, because the conversation, is so true. Especially if you just recently had somebody pass away in your family, you're not thinking 100% straight, and knowing that there's people that feed off of that. Now, again, I'm not saying every psychic's fake. I'm not saying that. But I guess the question I would have is, how do we know exactly who's real or not? Is it, is it word by mouth? Is it, you know what I mean? Like, and another problem is I hate to say this, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. We have a lot of friends out there in the community. We have a lot of friends, and some friends that we have puts in claims that they're a medium. And I'm not saying they're not. But if you do have a friend and them being a medium is questionable because they're your friend, they kind of let that slide. They don't say anything, and they kind of maybe like go along with it, right? They kind of just like go along, knowing that this person is questionable. But because they're a friend, you kind of bypass that. So it's hard. It's very hard. Especially for a person like myself, that I have no abilities. I'm not afraid to say that. I have no abilities. Like I don't talk to dead ghosts. I don't. Yes, I go on paranormal investigations and I hope I see like a floating ghost. I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm talking about the ones who say they could talk to the ghost, the ones who, can predict the future. They could, they know what happened in the past. I can't do that. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on. Woo! Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna play an intro for a second. I'm gonna play an intro, okay? Just give me a second. I'm gonna play an intro. I'll be right back. about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I've been getting ice headaches. I'm sorry about that. And then if you get these ice headaches, it hits your head like somebody is squeezing your brain, and I just, it just, I hate it because I'm trying to concentrate, and you get this ice headache, like it's squeezing your brain, and so I had a, whoo, and I hate it. I hate it so much because even after you have an ice headache, you feel exhausted, and it's there's no, listen, the CT scans and all that are good on it. So there's no tumors, there's none of that. And, they're still trying to figure out like what's the main cause of these headaches. But man, when they hit, guys, when it hits, it just like squeezes so tight that you can't even think of. So it is what it is, right? So I apologize about that. Sometimes I'll get these and I can act through it, but there's times that I just can't. I just can't. Oh man, sometimes it just sucks. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do, and all that? So, hold on a second. Somebody messaged me. I want to make sure is it important? Okay, so yes, headaches are the worst. I mean, I get migraines, but the freaking ice headaches, Dina, I could deal with migraines, but the ice headaches, you guys ever look up the definition of ice headache? It's literally like a dagger is being pushed into your brain. Now, good news is it only lasts 10, 20 seconds. But my God, it afterwards you feel so exhausted from it. So what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? So again, I'll spend the last 7 minutes of the show just to let you guys know. You guys haven't seen me probably in the last 3 weeks. Just you guys know there's a couple times I had to go to urgent care. I mean, I am getting medicine for this, but a lot of it, my leg swelled up a couple times, and I had to take like some painkiller type medication and all that. So I just didn't feel, I wasn't feeling like 100%, right, and all that. And I know I got a few emails from people, and they were kind of confused in a way because they're like, Eric, I don't see you on this channel, but I still see you dropping things on my other channel, on the Hair Metal Revolution channel. And those videos that I drop on those videos are only 3-5 minutes, and some of them, like I did a top 5 that I recorded a while back and I just finally finished it and put it out. So those were only 3-5 minutes, and all those were uploads. So a lot of those I've been doing like storytelling, but people complain that we don't using AI voice. So I've been using my real voice. And I think I got a comment. This guy sounds weird. This guy sounds weird and all that. But hold on a second. Let me see here. So again, I know you see these videos like 2 days ago, 4 days ago, but again, a lot of these are voiceover stories, like the last 3. Now, this top 5 that I did I done that like 2-3 weeks ago. So these aren't live shows. None of these are live. These are uploads. So, and I'm not trying to tell you guys, go to my Hair Metal Revolution channel. I'm not telling you that, but some people are asking, how come you're dropping videos there but not here? Because they're just 3 minutes. They're voiceover, my voice. I've been using my voice on these stories. So I'm not saying I'm not doing this channel because I'm doing that channel. All right. So I just want to get that clear. I want to get that speculation out of the way. You know, and a lot of these, I'll be honest with you. You see the 5-minute one, the 3-minute one, 2-minute one. You don't know how many times that I've been saying this behind the scene. You know what? Give me a second. I don't know if it's kind of funny or not. Give me 1 second. I'm like I said, let me just see here. I want to make sure that oh, what? Oh, I hate freaking commercials. All right. Actually, you can't see it, can you? You can't see it. I thought that's weird. I thought if I do this, allow. Oh. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see if that works. I have to use Firefox as the browser now. Oh, you can't see it. So you can't see it. So again, these like 5 minute, 3 minutes. But what's kind of funny in a way. Let me see if I can show it. Let me go into like this might be intriguing to you. Give me a second. I'm just doing this for fun. I'll just make sure you guys can see it, right? Watch. Hold on. Sebastian Bach has revealed that he actually considered leaving Skid Row after he and his bandmates gave their publishing rights to John Bon Jovi when the band was just starting out. This was mainly due to royalties were paid to John for a Gave His Roy podcast. Bach also said that in the later part of oh well, I can't find it, but what I mean is if you see behind the screen recordings, you will see. I should like put a one of those what do you call those joke videos? Because there'll be times that I'm trying to record reading the sentence. I'm like, fuck. Why am I keep fucking up on this one part? I mean, it's just like, like, God damn, I gotta start over. And sometimes I mess up so much, I go off and create a new video because it's hard to find the actual good one. Oh, you like that shirt? You like that shirt? Hey, you guys. Yep, that's off of the Goonies. You mean blooper reels? Yeah, bloopers. If you see me behind the scenes, just doing a 3-minute talking, like you like. Listen, I'm not a fantastic storyteller, like reading a book style like that. You know, doing this, just talking to you regular. This is fine, but doing like a story, and you go from here to here. I mean, it's like you're trying to read it, and then you fuck up on this word, you fuck up on this, and you keep going back, you keep trying, and it just like drives you crazy. But God, I'll tell you what. Well, it is nice. You know, my last storytelling video, 7.2 thousand views. I have a couple storytelling views that hit 15,000, 2.6 thousand. So it's, you know, again, I'm not telling anybody that you should jump over to hair metal. I'm not telling anybody to do that. But I'm not joking when I say like, look, 7.2 thousand, 2,000, 2.4, you know, it's crazy. 1.6 thousand, 2.1. I have a couple down here. Look, 15,000. My story about dancing, 7,000. Vito Brada, 4.3 thousand views. And it's like 2.1 thousand. My Cinderella story, 1.3. Going to the Kiss concert, 2.2. So, so it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. The Freaky Geek, the last 3 videos, I use my voice. People complain about the AI voice. I listen. I said, okay, I'll do my voice. And again, I admit, I am not the best storyteller from a script reading. I'm not. And I did. And of course, I get a few people, this guy sounds weird. Okay, then they'll fucking listen. I don't know. So the last 3 videos, Freaky Geek, is my own voice. Going forward, I will be like using my voice, And again, sometimes these stories, I love these stories, and I want these stories to sound proper. That's why sometimes I'll use like the AI voice on it instead of my own. I don't want it to, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, guys, listen. I'm back, and most of my shows are going back to 9 a.m. Pacific time, like I'm doing it right now. So I love 9 a.m. I really do. My son's out of college and all that, so I'm not getting my son from college at this time. So it gives me the opportunity to go back to go back to 9 a.m. So hopefully this is a good time for everybody. I love this time. Thanks, Dina. And Dina, thank you for, sending me a comment asking if, how am I doing? You haven't seen me. I appreciate that. It's nice. My brother, I talked to my brother. He goes, Eric, a lot of people are wondering where you're at. And just, you guys know this. Life sometimes get in the way. And, there's, shit happens. But I'm not gone, and I'm trying the best to have topics. Kind of like this topic, existence of psychics, truth or myth. I like topics. Doesn't mean we're going to talk about the whole thing about the topics, but I like topics, and I thought I saved this part for the end, explaining to you why you haven't seen me in 2-3 weeks. I'm not going nowhere. There was just some medical stuff, a lot of appointments I had to go to, a lot of behind the scenes. My daughter went to prom, and high school. It just, there were a lot of things and a lot of appointments I still got to go to and all that. But 9 a.m. is working, so I am going to be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'll check with Dr. Wu if he wants to come on at 9 a.m. I know 9 a.m. is real early in the morning for him. If anybody watches Dr. Wu's show, he gets pretty warmed up. And a lot of times he needs to sleep that warming up off the next morning. So we'll see how it is, and I'll be, going out looking for guests again and all that. But I just want to get my feet wet because it felt like too long for this, way too long, and it has been. So I'm getting my feet wet back. What the fuck does that sound? Get my feet wet back? That doesn't sound right. So in any of you guys, I'm telling you the truth. If you guys have any topics, any kind of topics that you want to hear about or talk about it, leave it in the comments. Dude, I'll do a show on anything. And if you notice, I kind of rechanged. I didn't, it's Eric Wood Podcast now, yes. But I kind of rechanged the background the thing, it's I don't know why I can't think. Don't you hate that when something pops in your head and it's like you forget? Hold on a second. Um where is it? Hold on. I apologize. I apologize. No, not there. Not there. What am I hate when you have a brain freeze, especially when you had an ice headache, your brain is kind of not all the way there. You know, I have a new saying. And if you go to my homepage of this channel, you know, road to the supernatural. That's what it is. We're all on the road to the supernatural. And what I mean by the road to the supernatural is we're all on this road. We're all driving on this road to find the truth. We're all on the same road trying to find the truth. So if you look at my new page, you'll see road to the supernatural. And you see me, little old me, in an eyeball. That we're all on this together. We're all looking for the supernatural, Bigfoot, UFOs. We're all on this. We're all on the same road. So that's the new logo saying of the channel, road to the supernatural. So again, I would appreciate everybody being here. I was planning to have an intro done and created, and I don't have one. So let's just we'll end the show with the Bigfoot intro. Why not? One of my original intros that I created for the Bigfoot. So guys, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. All right, we're all on the road to the supernatural. I'll see you guys there.